Good. There we go. We hit the go button. The launch sequence has started, Carl.
All systems go.
There's no turning back now.
Yeah.
It's on.
Where's your music, Frank?
Oh, we don't have any? Oh, well.
God.
Well, we did test it this morning, but I guess it didn't work. So
Do you know what today is? Today is Flux Capacitor Day.
It is Flux Capacitor Wednesday, so we might as well get that show on the road.
But there's no music. How embarrassing.
I know. Well, we did a test and we got the green light. I thought. Oh,
And
you know what? No, I know what it is. Now I have to send a request.
And we have a special guest star.
Yeah, I didn't get
this lady's job. This lady loses sleep. She has her skin all over the asphalt, making us look good. And you have
and
one
here
moment
I come on with no music. How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, wait.
Back.
Thank you, Jennifer. She fixed me. She hooked me up. So there you go. Let's start again. Welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club, everybody. It's we're going to get started right about now. We do have Chelsea Gardner in the house. Hi, friends. We're going to learn about a bunch of Facebook stuff that I appreciate. Don't you appreciate Chelsea, Carl? She's always got the good stuff,
brother.
man.
The day I met Chelsea was a very, very, very good day.
Indeed. So it is Flux Capacitor Wednesday. So somebody's going to have to, I don't know, somebody's going to have to use ChatGPT and figure out, what the capacitance in the year is left. So what if somebody could do that? Now, remember, it's based on a 52-week year, based on that. And I think last week? Was it like 46 or something percent?
Wow.
I think that's what it was. Something like that. We're in the 40s for sure. Wow. But if somebody could run ChatGPT, how much time is left in the year? What percentage of the year is left is a better way to say it. Based on a 52-week year. What percentage of the year is left? And of course, Kristen will get the flux capacitor image put into the chat here.
I've got the image, Frank. I just need the digits.
We need the digits. Come on, man. Somebody going to do this?
Come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce.
Do it.
Come on, Bruce.
This is a great time.
Come on.
This is a great time to learn how to use ChatGPT for anybody who hasn't been doing that. So 44, Vicky Porter. Thank you, Vicky. 44.1%. And Kristen, we need the flux capacitor image. There it is. Flux capacitor image is in the chat. 44.1% left in the year. Thoughts on that in the chat? 44. So as always, let us know how you doing. Are you ahead of schedule? Are you at par? Are you a little behind? Where are you at? Just out of curiosity. Like we always say, no judgment here. There's no judgment here, Carl. It's like
no judgment here. No judgment here. However, here's the ruler. Put your back against the wall. No judgment. No judgment.
Well, that's what we always say at the Gray House at the swimming pool. People want to come over, and they might be a little embarrassed about, getting in the swimsuit. It's like, no, there ain't no judgment here at the Gray. No, you're good. Here. Trust me. You can jump in the pool. So good, man. A little behind, but still doing good. Good, Vicky. A little behind for Alberto. Tim, tad behind. All right, slightly ahead. Deanna Bryant, of course. Deanna Bryant, slightly ahead. Good stuff. All right, man. Hey, did you see did you guys happen to see the fake resignation letter from Powell floating through the internet yesterday? Anybody? No? You didn't see it? Yeah, so somebody conjured up a fake, Jerome Powell, if you're not familiar, the head of the Fed, guy who controls the interest rates, right? There's a lot of pressure for him. Owen, we hear him every week talk about this. There's a lot of pressure for him to bring rates down.
But how do you know it was fake? We worked really hard on that.
Somebody did. Well, the thing is, it did dupe even politicians. There you had, Republican politicians retweeting it and saying, aha, here it is. And
it's on the internet. It must be true.
Right. It was fake. So for those of you that were... Did I have something to do with that, Rudy? No, I did not have anything to do with that. No. But I got to admit, when I saw, because there was a little news blip saying that it was out, right? Like there's this resignation letter. I was a little excited. I was like, wow. Because I kind of would like to see rates come down, nothing against Powell. I just, I don't know. He's got a tough job. I don't know what he's doing there, but it'd be neat to see rates come down. Did you know, what else I saw in the news, Carl?
Hey, I saw that maybe it might have been a sad day. Did you see that we lost somebody yesterday? Maybe.
Oh, Ozzy?
I didn't verify it, but I just saw a little blip on it. Did anybody else see something yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who was it?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. You know, I got to tell you though, it's a little weird. Just me saying it. It'd be weird to pass away being known as the Prince of Darkness. I don't know that I would want that label on my forehead. You know, when
I think he kind of shunned that though. And
I think later in life
I think when he grew up, I think when he grew up, it's kind of like Alice Cooper. You know, when he grew up, they kind of like, okay, we were a kid, and that was all a shtick.
He had a TV show too, and I think that's what took away the Prince of Darkness. Yeah, his TV show was amazing.
Yeah,
but if you
and then he just did that concert. What, Jen?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you haven't seen his "Mama, I'm Coming Home" that he just sang in concert, look it up and watch it. It is haunting. It is so good. Yeah.
Wow.
He came home.
And I'm not a rocker person.
Oh, Carl.
Well, no. I wouldn't say it to be meaner.
I know. It's just...
But, you know, obviously, actually, when he did that and he could only sit down, in my mind, I thought he knows he's
he knows.
done.
Yeah.
And, so he wanted to get that in, and that's what he did. Yeah. Really so here's the interesting thing I saw in the news. I hope it's not fake. It might be fake. I don't know. But it was, according to NAR, if rates go down to 5.5%, like over 5 million people suddenly become qualified to buy a home. You know, like it really will make a big difference. So, you know, if rates do come in, you know, start coming lower, it'd be good news, right? It'd be good. So that's why the whole Jerome Powell thing kind of got me. Wow, maybe it's time.
So does that mean that Jerome Powell's the new prince of? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Never mind. Exactly. Hey, let's. We got just a couple minutes left before we bring Chelsea Gardner on, the incredible Chelsea Gardner, who, by the way, is just absolutely wonderful and is so great when it comes to helping you with the Facebook stuff. It's nuts. I know Carl gets help from Chelsea. I get help from Chelsea. Everybody I know gets help from Chelsea.
Steve gets help from Chelsea.
Steve does as well. Yeah. And so anyway, it's going to be really, really good stuff. She's going to be talking about authenticity with targeted ads, which is an interesting thing. But before we get started, let's just kind of go and pick somebody to share. You know what? Well, Deanna Bryant. I think Deanna Bryant. You know, you have
no way. Well, I swear. I swear that's who I had picked.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
We're like 8 for 10, Frank.
I know.
Yeah.
So weird. Yeah. Anyway, Deanna, you said you're a little ahead in the game here. Things going okay? Tell us about it.
Well, this month will be probably my biggest month ever. I'll close just a little over 4 million.
Wow.
This will be my biggest year since 2021.
Wow.
So what's been your needle bender?
Well, quite honestly, you guys have taught me so much over the years, and I've been to boot camp and stuff. And honestly, I'm not like, I know how much more I could do. Like, I'm doing the bare minimum. Like, and when I say that, Tuesdays, that is the day that without a doubt, I'm going to call every listing agent, every buyer's agent. Mm-hmm. And it actually has won me some listing agents. I have a lunch with one on Friday, a matter of fact. And ironically, the lady that chose her, we ended up, it's my first loan I've never been able to close because I missed something. And that tore me up, but she still wants to use me because she likes my communication. So that's key, but I'm getting ready. Unfortunately, we just had to part ways with my LOA, and I know that's probably going to slow me down to speed me up. But I've got another candidate that's probably going to start about mid-August, and she's amazing. And it's my first time that I'll have somebody fully remote. So we'll see, but we've really done a deep dive in disc assessments, but I can't wait till she comes in till I can dive into even more. Cause like,
but what's been the one or two things that's really like moved the needle for you the most though? Like what specific activity?
I would say my Tuesday updates.
There you go. Good one.
But I'm not consistent on my Mondays. You know, I might do it, 2 Mondays a month versus all 4. We do call our pre-approved buyers on Thursdays. That's pretty consistent as well. I don't know how much it's helping keep people engaged, but I think communication.
So just having conversations. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it's the Tuesday thing. And when you got a pipeline, right, you got a $4 million pipeline, right? So when you got a pipeline, like we talked about it yesterday, Carl, even if you just had 5 loans in the pipeline, there's 30 conversations you can have, up to 30 conversations. Those are big conversations too. And like you said,
it takes all day. For $4 million in the pipe, it takes all day to make all of those calls.
Yeah. Yeah. How many units is that for you roughly?
It's 11.
So there you go. Yeah. See, that's a lot. You know, that's 66. Yeah, 66 calls if you're going to do them all. Yeah.
Where do you live, Deanna?
You're home in North Carolina. I'm down in Concord.
Well, that explains it all right there.
There you go. That's exactly what. So
I do a lot up your way in Winston and Greensboro and stuff too.
Yeah, that's why we've stayed focused in Florida, Frank. We heard Deanna was up in the Carolinas. We went,
yeah, got a hit on there. Well, hey man, that is really awesome, and congratulations on everything. You know, big cheers to you. And you know, the Tuesday calls like we talked about yesterday, they're epic calls. Those are people that are waiting for the call. They're riveted to your your conversation. So yeah, it really plays out well. Good stuff.
One thing I would like to share, and I wish somebody had told me 5 years ago when I got back into origination, is don't let things keep you. Don't let things from yesterday hold you back today, because the loans these days are not easy, and you can sit there and dwell in the mud, or you can just do what you got to do and move on. And customers aren't happy that you're asking for documents because they keep sending the wrong things. Just stay positive, and if it doesn't matter tomorrow, don't let it bring you down tomorrow.
I love it. Good stuff. If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. All righty. Thank you, Deanna. Fantastic stuff. Well, I say we get to Chelsea Gardner. Fully aligned marketing, authenticity through targeted ads is what we're going to talk about today. And
can I start with a question?
Yeah.
So how do we fake authenticity, Chelsea? How do I fake? No, I'm just kidding.
You can't. Well, you shouldn't, at least.
Hey, I got a quick question, and this is a real question. Then, I'm sure you got some stuff prepared, but is for loan officers, is Facebook still the elephant in the room, or are some of these others worthy of attention, or do we put all of our finance and effort into the Facebook because if it is the elephant in the room, or no, maybe 40% here and 30% there. So kind of, I've been wondering about that. Is that a moving target these days? Is that shifted or not?
So I still see really good success with Facebook because you can cross-target Facebook and Instagram right through Meta. And Facebook still allows you to upload your custom audiences so that you can get in front of exactly who you want to be in front of. I will say, kind of depending on your goals. So if you are trying to recruit, LinkedIn is a good platform to do that with, right? So there's a few things and nuances there, but I still truly feel like Facebook is a great platform for getting in front of the exact people you're trying to be in front of.
And is YouTube starting to play more and more into that, or is the Facebook Reels, kind of stands toe to toe on the YouTube? Like, where do we stand there? The reason I'm asking is Jamie's due over here in just a little bit. We're shooting some videos, and I'm just wondering, like, is this a Facebook crowd? Is it a YouTube crowd? Or is it both? But it's both, but it's really kind of just Facebook. Like what do you think?
Yeah. I love YouTube for longer form video content. So if you're going to be doing 3 minutes plus of video, I would highly encourage you to do it on post it on YouTube, not use it as a Facebook ad, because 3 minutes plus is just too long. You can definitely upload a 3 minute long video in Facebook for ads, but it just isn't sufficient. Yeah. But when you upload it into YouTube, YouTube obviously is linked to Google. And so those search results can pull in when you're doing YouTube content and being educational over there and having strong SEO on your YouTube channel, on that description in your video. And then when people are searching on Google, it can also pull through YouTube.
You know, on our search mortgage leads, we're closing those between 15 and 17%, which is just to give a context for somebody that might be new here. Realtor referrals, past database referrals are like 20, 25%, maybe 27 on a good month, but maybe 19, 18 on a off month, but typically 20 to 25%. So these Google searches at 15 and 17%, boy, that is just rock solid. That's really surprised me on how well that's doing.
Well, and Instagram 2 weeks ago now, they are now searchable inside of Google. So your content, if you are a public page, meaning you're not private, so someone has to request to be your friend. If you are a public page on Instagram, just like, when you would search your name and like your LinkedIn profile pops up on Google, now your Instagram profiles will do the same. So they just kind of launched that. So now more than ever, it is definitely crucial to be showing up consistently over on Instagram, because now it is a searchable result inside of Google.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. 2 weeks ago, they just announced that.
Yeah, I've always focused on for the SEO. We found what works for us. But I mean, a lot of things work, right? I'm not saying don't do any other thing, right. But like for us, the Google reviews have been the primary source of our Google traffic, and so what you're saying is this Instagram is going to definitely put its thumb on the scale now too.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, real question: how do you keep up with all this stuff? No, that's a real question. How?
No, I know. So honestly, I am a part of a lot of different marketing groups. I do a lot of different marketing newsletters. I take a lot of different courses. I honestly have no idea sometimes. I feel like I'm scrolling and reading 24/7. Yeah. Yeah.
So good old elbow grease is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn it.
It's a lot. I get it. It's definitely one of those things where if you are not a full-time content creator or a full-time content person, it can be a lot to try and weave and navigate through what should I be doing, what should I not be doing, what works, what doesn't work, what should I be expecting out of various platforms and stuff. It's a lot. It can definitely be overwhelming.
So what are we talking about, Frank? Authenticity?
Authenticity. Yeah. And I think you had a great question. How do I not have authenticity? I mean, tell us, talk to us, Chelsea. What does that mean?
And Frank, I think you are the poster child for authenticity. Like, and I really believe that. I think that's been, I mean, you're very bright. You're very bright, right? And you're charming, almost as handsome as me, right? So you got a lot going for you. But I think it's your authenticity is what's having you had a career in doing what you do for the last 20 some years. Is you are who you are. So I think you're the poster child of it. So Chelsea, how do we where it comes natural for Frank? Like Frank's not having to work on this. Like it comes natural. What is he, or not necessarily him per se, but like how do I become authentic, and how do I become authenticity? And how do I know if I'm missing the mark? And like what do I change?
Yeah. So when you think about authenticity, it should feel natural, right? It shouldn't feel forced. It shouldn't feel like you're having to truly step out of your comfort zone. So for example, if I were to ask anyone on this call, what is one thing Frank likes, right? If you follow him on social, he likes motorcycles. He likes to ride. Those are things that make him a human being, right? Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
So when you think about what you should be showcasing through social media, it should be things that also are part of you, right? You're a human before you're a loan officer. So how can you incorporate being a human and things that you love into your like world? Okay. So for example, let's say I love to garden. Okay. So then I should be doing videos and content in my garden so people can see I'm a human being. I have a garden. I enjoy gardening, but maybe I'm talking about loans while I'm pruning flowers, or right? You prune flowers, prune bushes. I don't garden, so I have no idea. Picking weeds, right? So bad example. But maybe you talk about loans or talk about something that, just popped up. I live out in the country. So this morning I just fed some cows. We have neighbors' cows that come over all the time. So I record videos of feeding cows. How can I maybe do that while talking about a USDA loan, right? Because I'm out in the country and I'm feeding my cows. That is authentic to me that someone else can't replicate, because if you don't have cows in your background, you can't do a video on feeding cows, right? If you don't have a motorcycle, if you don't have a fancy car, if you don't have, if you don't love iced coffee, those types of things are authentic to you. So how can you incorporate those into your messaging? And when you also think about being authentic, a lot of us, if I were to say, okay, how many of you think you have like your followers on social media are your ideal client? How many of you like drop in the comments yes or no? Like if you were to say out of 1,000 or 500 people that are following you, all of them are your ideal client. Yes, no. I'm probably going to venture to say no, right?
Yeah.
So when I think of ads, right, because that's kind of my expertise is in the ad world, think about ads not just as selling, right? We have to earn the right to sell to people. How many ads do you see in a day, right? How many ads are you getting fed through social media when you're driving and you see billboards and TV commercials, right? People are constantly being sold to. So when they go to, let's say, social media, why are they going there? Probably to escape, watch something funny, catch up on someone's life, see what other people are doing, right? Those types of things. So how can we target our ideal audience and just showcase us as humans without the intent to always be selling? Okay. And so what we can do is start kind of shifting our mindset around running targeted ads, upload our custom audience list, which means we have a direct list of 1,000 agents in our area, right? That name, phone number, email address, we're handing Facebook on a silver platter saying, hey, these are the 1,000 agents in my area that I want to directly target. I guarantee those 1,000 agents are not following you on social media and seeing your content, but you know what they will see? Your ads that you're placing directly in front of them when you directly target them. And so instead of thinking, okay, well, my ad needs to be about call me, like I can do loans, or I have the best customer service in the area, or hey, I'm a loan officer, right? Start thinking about, well, what would I want them to see if they were following me on Facebook? Maybe I want them to see, that I'm celebrating my kid just winning his baseball tournament this past weekend. So I'm going to run a targeted ad to them because I know they will see it, right? I'm putting in this work, so maybe I run that ad to them. And then maybe I also do my gardening and talk about loans. So think about how you can be authentic even in your ads without selling consistently. You kind of have to earn that. You need to be giving value. Now, that's not to say I don't want you to add a CTA or or a call to action or anything like that. But I want you to start thinking more along the lines of ads aren't necessarily just to get leads. Okay. One of the things that Carl and I will always talk about is kind of that teach, touch, tell, sell method, right? And that's really kind of along the lines of teach them something, tell them, like tell stories, right? Do storytelling, touch their hearts. Again, like if your kid won their little league conference this past weekend, and then sell, right? So you're earning that sell. You're more likely to then be like, okay, those agents are like, wow, I really feel like I know Bruce. I know him. I know he loves to garden. I know he has cows in his backyard. And, all these things, they feel like they're connected to you. So now when you say, hey, by the way, like, I do this, they're more likely to then kind of convert into that, oh, I'm going to call Bruce because I really know him. They don't know you. They just know you through social media. But how many of you have followed influencers or seen people online, and because they give you pieces of their life, you're like, I know that person. And so when you meet them in person, you're like, you feel like you already know them, right? You feel like you're already their best friend. That's what we want to get when we are on social media. And I know for us, it's really hard to do it on organically, right? To make sure that we're being in front of past clients or being in front of the real estate agents. And so that's where we can really kind of leverage paid targeted ads, because we can target exactly who we want to be in front of, and don't think about it just as always selling. And we can do it for $5 a day.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do, and I love what you're saying, because you're right. Like, I hadn't even thought about that when you said how many, what, if you're connected to me, I'm into motorcycles. Somebody said guitars, that, right? So this is starting to make a whole lot of sense to me. So, but let me ask you this, Chelsea. So if I run to a targeted audience, and there's some questions in the chat about target audience, but if I run an ad to a target audience, can I and I just let's say I'm just doing images, right? I'm just doing an image, right? Just a picture of me. I do loans or whatever, ride a motorcycle, whatever. Can I just go in from time to time and keep that same ad rolling, but just edit the image and it's a new image now? Or do I have to stop that and then start a new one and, start again per se?
Yeah. So I always recommend, if you're going to change out copy or images, you can always duplicate the ad. So you can still carry over stuff from that ad and not have to completely recreate it. But I recommend duplicating it, just so obviously you can also see the insight difference to see if, did this picture of me perform better than this picture, or did this copy perform better than this copy? If you change out that same ad, you're not going to get the same insight results to know what is or isn't working for your audience.
Like your Chippendales pick, Carl. That one, that one did a lot better than most.
It did.
Yeah. So it was good to track that.
Just shows you who our followers are, their ethics.
Right. Yeah, what they're interested in. That kind of thing.
A little embarrassed for them, but
yeah.
Hey, a couple just rapid fire questions here real quick. Let's see. What's the ideal, Fred's asking, what's the ideal length of time to run a targeted ad? Is there how many, is it views? Is it time? How do I do that?
Yeah, so when it comes to targeted ads, you can really run them for a week and then change them out. Because it's literally going just to those individuals. You don't have to wait for Facebook to do their whole understanding who they're trying to target if you don't have a custom audience. So you can run them for 5 to 7 days and then swap them out.
And then do you find on the ads, and I know that's not all we're talking about here, but on the ads, am I better to run just the picture type thing with ad copy on it? Or the video, little 30-second, 1-minute video ads, a little bit of both, 75 of this, 25 of that? What's the balance there?
Yeah, so I actually recommend something called dynamic creative when you're setting up your ads. And what that does is it allows you to upload images and videos into one ad campaign. So if you're talking about, let's just say USDA loans, you can upload multiple images and videos around that same topic. It just would, be different, kind of, as long as all the captions go with those images. I recommend that. So then you can actually look at your insights to see, did the graphic that was orange perform better than the graphic that was green? Did my video perform better than the graphic? So you can actually upload multiple images and videos into one campaign.
Hey, Chelsea, if I'm running an awareness campaign, right? I just want, for example, right now I've uploaded a new list of realtors into the AI CRM. These are realtors I don't know, a small list. I talked to you about it. It's only 100 and something. Darn it, I just lost my train of thought. What was I going to ask you? God, it was epic too.
An awareness campaign.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if I run an awareness campaign on them, I just want them to know that
he was running a campaign about growing cannabis, apparently.
But so awareness, right? So when I make my calls, they're going to be like, oh, you're that guy I'm seeing, right? That guy I'm seeing. Do I still have like a click here or learn more, or is it irrelevant at that point? It's just like, I'm just showing them that my face is out there. They get to know there's this guy named Frank who rides a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Or does loans and rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
is
you
awareness enough just to do. And in that case, I'm just looking for the reach, right? Or I'm just, okay. So talk about that.
Yeah. So in an awareness campaign, the main goal is to be seen, right? So you can only run one style of campaign in Facebook at a time. That's what they're going to optimize for. So in an awareness campaign, it's optimizing basically for views. How many people can we be seen by? So if you have a list of 1,000, it's going to try and maximize that list to be viewed by as many people in that list as possible. Now, that does not mean in that awareness campaign, you can still add a link to your website. You can still add a link to your calendar, but that is not the goal of the ad. Meaning if you got 10 clicks on that ad to your website, that is just a bonus. That is not the purpose of the ad. That's not what Facebook's optimizing it for. But you absolutely can still add those links or like buttons that say learn more, contact me, sign up if you're sent, whatever the case is. You can definitely still add that into those campaigns.
Hey, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube, you can catch our live shows. The live shows are really cool because there's oftentimes downloads and giveaways. It's really, really fun. To subscribe, you simply go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. That's loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Subscribe and join us on our live shows. They're 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there.
I've always thought like my best campaigns, I've thought, is kind of the awareness stuff, Frank.
Yeah.
And so like for me, or at least for my, not that this is the only way, but just for me and my style of getting business is I want it. So like, let's say if myself and Monica, Miss Ledbetter, we're doing a loan officer event and we want the realtors to come to it. And then we have somebody in the office call in to invite people. Like they go, oh, I know Carl, I know Monica. Those guys pop up on my news feed. They might not think they pop on my news feed, but like those guys are everywhere. And so when we're reaching out and calling them, they're not like, well, who's Monica and who's Carl? Like they know who we are. So I got this thing. It's like Oprah can't make a cold call, because hell, everybody knows Oprah, right? And so for me, that's been the primary thing, is just to make it so that when we make phone calls or when we send in our pre-approval letters, the listing agent goes, oh, that's Monica. I know her. She's never met her, right? She's never met her. So are we on the right target there, Chelsea? Or do you think, no, there's some direct leads that you can get?
Exactly. And so that's kind of where the authenticity part comes in too, is, okay, well, when I'm making my calls and my agent picks up the phone, they'll be like, oh, I know Chelsea. She's the girl that has the cows all the time, right? Because they're seeing it constantly in their feed. Or, oh yeah, I know Frank, he rides motorcycles. So they feel like they know you, not just because you are selling to them in the ads. So the main purpose of that is going to be reach. Now, there are things that you can do for leads. So webinars are a great one to run if you are holding webinars for real estate agents to bring in those leads and things like that. But the main purpose that I see most successful is truly just that reach campaign and the consistency of it, right? You can't throw up an ad and expect that next week you're going to have 5 new agents calling you. It's truly one of those like long games, right? To know, oh, hey, like this is when they need me in 6 months, I still am popping up in their newsfeed. So like, for example, I in the marketing world, I spent quite a bit of money on a course recently, but it took me 5 years to do that. It's a pretty hefty course, but she's consistently popped up in front of my feed. She consistently runs targeted ads to me for 5 years. So, don't think that just because I run it for 5 weeks that I'm not seeing results.
Very good. Hey, Chelsea, if somebody wants to reach out to you and get some help. Hey, and just to clarify, Chelsea, so myself and Frank and the rest of the gang here, we highly, highly, highly endorse Chelsea. She does not pay us to do that. We actually pay her, so it's, but Chelsea, if you ever feel guilty, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. If you ever feel guilty, but Chelsea, if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, fullyalignedmarketing.com. I think they dropped the links in the chat. So you can head to fullyalignedmarketing.com. You can also, I'm on any social platform at Fully Aligned Marketing too. So you can definitely follow me over on Instagram or Facebook. I've got tons of ad content and ideas over on those pages. So yeah, those are the two ways. And on my website, or I can also drop the link, there is a meta guide. So if you're wanting to know some more topics and ideas for ads and things like that, I have a guide that you can download for free too.
Yeah, Chelsea's a great resource. Chelsea, I've been paying you for what, about how many years? Like 5 years? 6 years?
Almost since 2021, 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been really, really good, and it's moved the needle for us a lot. And so I couldn't recommend any higher. Hey, one last thing here. So like if I post something on my public Facebook page, right, the Carla Maria, Facebook cutesy page, I heard that like when I post there, only about 5% of my, and I'm using air quotes here, 5% of my friends or 5% of my followers see that.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, I thought, well, gosh, is the non-Facebook ads even is the juice worth the squeeze? Or do I've just kind of recently, and maybe I'm making a mistake, have morphed into it's all about the ads. Like if you're relying on just your personal, you're really not doing anything. You might feel like you are, but there's no real movement there. Am I missing the mark there?
Yeah, I mean, unless, there are people obviously out there that are great at building organically and building followers and getting, business from that. However, that takes a lot of, that's being a full-time content creator and really diving into the engagement, really diving into posting multiple times a day or week. So when you look at just posting organically on your pages, as in our cases, right, we're not on it all day long, that is something that you would be missing truly if you aren't running targeted ads. Because one, the people that you're putting in your ads probably aren't all following you either. So even if they are friends with you, they probably, not all of them are. And then only 5-10% of those people are actually seeing your content. So I highly encourage, when you run the ads though, still do some posting on your pages, right? Because you don't want to run ads and then not have posted for 6 months and someone go to that page and be like, well, did they forget to turn off their ads, right? Like, are they, where did they go? You still want to be posting, but when you're running targeted ads, you don't have to post as often organically on your pages, just enough to make sure that you're still visible, right? And that you're still relevant over there.
And you can do it as little as $5 a day. So $5 a day is nothing to continually be in front of the exact people that you want to be in front of.
Yeah.
With something. And I think the whole awareness thing is really just overlooked. I'm glad you brought up, you thought that was probably the best thing that you do when it comes to targeted ads, is just the awareness stuff. It really does make a lot of sense to me. Kind of the lights came on for me. It's like, and I like what you said. It's like, think of ads as not just selling, right? It's, we're not always trying to say, click here, buy this, do that, engage here. It's if we've got a targeted audience that's been uploaded, we just want to be in front of them, especially if we're making calls behind that to follow up with them. I got to believe that's some real secret sauce there. Hey, there's a link, guys, in the chat. Chelsea put it in there for a free ad guide. It's fullyalignedmarketing.com/metaguide. MetaGuide, and that link is in the chat. Maybe you drop that in there one more time, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then also Drew is saying, if you get to Chelsea's website, there's a lot of free stuff there, really cool stuff. So engage with Chelsea. I think we need to dive into this a lot more as originators, and especially this awareness thing. For $5 a day, you can get in front of a list of however many realtors you upload, or your past client database, you upload. Yeah. If you're not doing this, learning this, you got to get on it. It's time to get on the shtick, as it were. All right. Today, speaking of past clients, today is Wednesday. It's our past client database day. We're going to be following up, making our calls, call of gratitude, ask them how they're doing, and then go for the kill. Any friends, family, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or refi? Can I count on you to send them my way? That's what you do. Pretty easy stuff.
Dude, did you? I know we mentioned this a couple times. 40% of all loans, what was it, like 2 months ago, was refis.
Yes.
We all know that's working our past database. 55. It was 55% purchase, 40 or 55% purchase, 40% refi, 5% HELOCs. That's
there you go.
That was amazing. I had no idea. So we looked at that. Oh, we got to double down on our past database. So we're thinking, hey, because rates aren't in the threes, we can't refinance these people. Yeah. Well, apparently 40% of Americans proved us wrong last month. So that was shocking.
I saw someone stated this, and we've stated it many times, so I just saw it again. But the big mistake is we assume someone doesn't need a refi because they've got a 4 in the front of their rate or a 3. So we just assume that they're not interested in a refi. You don't know what life has brought people. You don't know what's going on in people's worlds. Don't assume anything, right? You're just, hey, I love this, Carl. Brilliant. What's the purpose of my call? Just to say thanks for doing business with me in the past. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. How's things going?
Yeah.
Terrific. Hey, well, don't forget, if you come across any friends, family, or coworkers that might be looking to buy, sell, or refinance, man, can I count on you to send them my way? Right? What a brilliant script. What a brilliant phone call. Because at the end of that, when you have that call to action, you don't know what's going to pop out. I do have a friend. Yeah, my buddy does want to buy. Oh, my aunt was thinking of selling. Matter of fact, we were thinking on refinancing because we got to pay off this thing, whatever this thing is. You just don't know. Don't assume anything. The purpose of the call is to just say thanks and then ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Having conversations.
That's it, man.
And you know what? And what Chelsea helps us do is having conversations with a warm crowd.
Yep.
So Chelsea keeps us like we can't make a cold call because everybody knows who we are because the stuff that Chelsea helps us with. It really changes the whole dynamic. When you're calling somebody and they know who you are, it's a big difference.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right, good stuff, guys. Be here tomorrow. Owen Lee will be with us once again. Very curious to see what he's got to say this week. That's going to be good stuff. You guys have a fantastic day. Make your calls. Call a gratitude. See how they're doing and ask them if they know anybody that needs your help. All right, pretty easy. Who's in? Come on, raise your hand. You in? All right, we're in. Let's go. We'll catch you guys here tomorrow. Adios.
Bye. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you.